Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be discussing the Field of Dreams baseball game, which took place, and during this the day after the game happened. And the day of the game was Thursday, August 12th, 2021. And it's a game that took place in the cornfield in Iowa between the Chicago White Sox, which is the home team, versus the New York Yankees. Of course, this game is a little bit of a misnomer because technically, yes, it took place in the same cornfield that was used in the 1989 movie Field of Dreams, but not the same field. I'm going to get this straight. And this is why my nitpicks over it. I am not going to overanalyze the game. I'm not going to tell anybody who didn't know already. And that is the White Sox came from behind and won the game 9-8 after blowing a 7-4 lead in the ninth inning. They gave up like 4 runs at the top of the ninth, and they ended up winning the game in the bottom of the ninth on a 2-1 home run by the shortstop, and that's pretty much how the game ended. But and we're talking about the actual event itself, which was huge, and the game itself didn't technically, officially it did take place on the actual cornfield, but not on the same location as the game itself. What I mean is the game took place in the same cornfield, but not in the exact same location, which was ridiculous. What I mean by that is, of course, everybody who's a baseball fan knows, who are also fans of baseball movies like I am. And previously, I have reviewed the movie Field of Dreams, and you can look it up on my channel for those of you who have seen my review of Field of Dreams. And it does take place in the exact same cornfield. You see the iconic White House, and you see the barn, which really wasn't there. I mean, there was a barn on the cornfield, but I think it was on a different location of the cornfield than it is now. It's a brand new barn. The same house is still there, and so is the actual field itself. On the baseball field that was made for the movie is still there. But the problem is that they decided not to play the game on the actual field where the movie was filmed, which is my pet peeve of this movie. The movie of the game, I should say, was not actually played on the actual field that was created for the movie Field of Dreams. Major League Baseball came in and says they want to build an actual minor league stadium, which is basically what it is. It's a minor league stadium, up to the specifications of a minor league stadium. It only fits about like 8,000, approximately about 8,000 people. And that's what they have for this game. They have about 8,000 people. The game was completely sold out. There was not an empty seat in the house. But fortunately, like I just said, it was not on the actual field that was built for the movie, which is I know it's a major nitpick, but it's true. I mean, they hyped this game for 2 years because this game was supposed to have been played in 2020. I don't think the Yankees were the original team. I know the White Sox were, but I don't think the Yankees were. I think the Yankees might have been the actual team as well, or the other team that's going to be playing this game. But I know the White Sox for sure was supposed to be playing this game because they're the team that was predominantly featured in the original, in the film Field of Dreams, or at least the 1919 White Sox were. And so they figured, okay, have them play the first game in Iowa. But the problem is that they weren't playing on the actual field. They built a brand new stadium for the game. So now we can have them on, so they can have actual regular stadium seats. They can have bathrooms. They can have regular clubhouses for the two teams and actual dugouts. Which the actual field for Field of Dreams, you didn't have an actual dugouts. If anybody watched the movie, you know that there was no dugouts. Dugouts were not made, or should I say built. You just had the little wooden bleachers that Kevin Costner, Amy Madigan, and James Jones and the little girl there, Kevin Costner's daughter in the film was sitting in. but that's it. You didn't have any other seating in that area at all. And those bleachers are still there, by the way. The bleachers that were still used for the movie, they were still there. Plus the carvings that Kevin Costner put into the top row of the bleachers is still there to this day, over 32 years later. Well, technically 33 years later, because the movie was filmed in 1988 for the 1989 release. But so instead of building, regular seating around the actual field where the movie was filmed, they built a brand new stadium about maybe like 1,000 yards away or 1,000 feet away, wherever the distance is between the brand new stadium and the original Field of Dreams field. They built a new stadium so there'd be more monitors, so you can have the cameras in there, which is such phony bullshit. They should have played the game on the actual field, and that's my nitpick over it. And the other nitpick is, of course, the fact that Joe Buck announced this game. And of course, those of you who are subscribers to my channel and those of you who watch my videos, you know that I can't stand Joe Buck. He is the worst baseball announcer on the planet. Just stick to announcing football. Because I'm tired of his criticism, and anybody else. I'm tired of criticism of baseball. The games take too goddamn long, and you don't say a word about football games taking forever. That's my pet peeve. That's what pisses me off. When you don't criticize football for taking 3.5 or 4 hours every damn game, and just pisses me off to no end. It really does. But the game itself, I mean, it was a terrific game. I mean, it wasn't boring. It held my interest with the whole game. And the thing that was really fun was in the early part of the game, within the first couple of innings, you see beyond the left field fence, you see a couple of people riding in a hot air balloon, which I thought was damn cool. Only in Iowa you will see something like this. When you see people riding in a hot air balloon just to check out the baseball game, and you didn't have Kevin Costner. This is my other pet peeve. There's more pet peeve, that you only had Kevin Costner there at this game. Now I am not knocking Kevin Costner at all. Because he was the star in the movie, and he was the big name. He was the main character, and he comes out of the cornfield along with the rest of the starting lineups for both teams, coming out of the cornfield, which was of course imitating the film. Even though Kevin Costner never ran into the cornfield at the end of the movie, only James Earl Jones did, and Burt Lancaster, and he comes in and he says, "Is this heaven?" And of course, the whole crowd of 8,000 people yelled, "No, it's Iowa!" Repeating the line from the movie. But of course, there's a couple of problems I have with Kevin Costner that happened during the broadcast of this game. One was during the pregame show, where he actually cursed during the pregame show. He said the word shit during the pregame show, which he did apologize for cursing on live television. And the other issue that I have with Kevin Costner was he think not only the people behind the scenes, the people who produced the movie, directed the movie, wrote the screenplay. Because the same guy who directed the movie also co-wrote the screenplay for the film, for the Field of Dreams movie. But he also thanks the actors. He thanked Timothy Busfield. He thanked Burt Lancaster, and this was his next to last movie, Burt Lancaster. Starring as Moonlight Graham, who was an actual person, by the way. And he also thanked James Earl Jones for being in the movie, but he forgot two other people who were in this movie with him, who starred in most of the movie. You see in most of the movie with Kevin Costner. It's Amy Madigan. He didn't thank her. She played his wife in the film, and Gabby Hoffman, who played the young daughter. Kevin Costner's young daughter in this film, which I think she did a great job in this movie. Both of them did, really. And Kevin Costner did not acknowledge them in this movie. And it would have been damn cool if you had, Burt Lancaster, you can't have him because he sadly passed away. I think in the early 90s he passed away. So you can't have him. But it would have been damn cool if you had the rest of the cast who's still living today at this game. I think it would have been cool, and to have all of them throw up the first ball, all living members from the movie who was in the movie then after the game last night. It would have been them, including Dwight Brown, who played Kevin Costner's father in the film. Plus all the actors who played Ray Liotta, who played Shoeless Joe Jackson. Forgot to mention Ray Liotta. Plus all the other actors who played the ball players in this film. They should have them in this movie, as well as and you can't just have Kevin Costner. I feel you should have all the living actors who were in the original movie there at reunion in Iowa. Maybe have an autograph signing with all of them there, so people can get the autographs, take pictures, and so on and so forth. You can't just have Kevin Costner. I feel you should have everybody, all the cast members in this movie. But it was a great event. It was a great game, very entertaining game. Held my interest to the whole. Even though, like I said earlier, the Joe Buck announced the game, but even with him announcing the game, I was screwing it up royally. It was very entertaining game. Held my interest. And of course, the best part of it was the Yankees lost the game. But as you can tell, I'm a Mets fan, so of course I want to see the Yankees lose all the time. But beyond that, it was very entertaining. It was very cool to see this game. And I know I have a problem with the game being in Iowa and stuff, but they should have had the entire cast of Field of Dreams, at least those who are still alive today, at this game. I mean, it would have been cool. They have Kevin. You didn't even see Kevin Costner throw up the first pitch, and he's holding the ball the whole time when he comes on the field. He should have thrown out the first pitch in the game. Kevin Costner did. Should have, along with the director of the film, as if he's still alive. So that is my review of the Field of Dreams game. Please click on the video. Please rate it. Please subscribe to my channel. Please forward this video on your Facebook pages. You check out all my reviews and on my YouTube channel. RallyC.com, that's OWDY, and that's C.com, that's the homepage of Rally Reviewer, Christy Moore, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.